Another game in the second round. We got Tau versus Mechanicus. 1850 points, going up for points for the second round. It is playing kill points and contact loss to the missions. I'm going to go over my list for the Tau. I have 3 broadsides with 3 missile drones. This is Farsight Enclaves, just to let you know. The Tau, Riptide with the burst cannon and a missile drone, shield missile guy. 2 crisis suits with burst cannon, 1 with burst cannon, 1 with plasma gun with an ethereal. 4 pathfinders, another a Riptide with another missile guy, missile drone shield guy. 3 crisis suits with plasma and melta guns with Farsight. They're in deep strike down. This devilfish with guys inside of it, it's in reserve. Gonna come on the board. This devilfish is actually on the board with 7 fire warriors inside of it. 5 what are they called? Pathfinders up here. And then over here I got 3 crisis suits with missile pods and 6 missile drones, or not, marker light drones. I haven't played in a while, so. And we're gonna go over the Adeptus Mechanicus list now.
Okay, Adeptus Mechanicus, again 1850. These guys are no wins. They lost their first game. Obviously, we went up from 1500 to 1850. Start over here on this side. I have a group of 5 Ruststalkers. They have the transonic blades with them. My Princeps there has a cord claw, and okay. So right here I have a group of destroyers, and they have the big grav cannons, and there's actually 1 torsion cannon right there. I have one of my HQs. This is my main, well, this is my warlord. He's the tech priest. He's got his power axe, and he's got his Volkite blaster. And I did give him a 5+, it's like a conversion field, or maybe that's a 4+ invulnerable save. Right here I have a group of heavy support. These are the Dune Crawlers. One has the neutron laser, the other one has the heavy phosphorus blaster. They're 1 group, so they're going to have a 5+ invulnerable save. This next group, I have infiltrated these. These are my infiltrators. Right by that scoring objective. I have my Princeps here, and then with them I have 4 other infiltrators. They have those taser goads and those little flechette blasters right there. And I think all of these have conversion fields for invulnerable saves. In the building I actually have 5. Those are Rangers. One has a let's see, where is it? No, they're actually just all galvanic rifles. Right here on the upper level, I have, let's see if we get them there. Okay, so I have my robot maniple, and then I have my little, what's he, the tech priest, or, so he's with them, a heavy phosphorus blaster right there. That's basically what they have. And they have Carpus mounted shoulder blasters as well. My last group on the board, group of Vanguard, 5 of them. One has an arc rifle. One has the little deal that reduces a cover save. In reserve, I have another tech priest, and he's actually, this is a formation where I have a group of 2 groups of breachers with them. And they're going to be coming off of reserve, and it's a special rule that he could come in, if they do come in reserve, as long as he's within 6 inches of a capture point, he does not scatter. So first time playing with that. Also one of the first times I'm going to play with a bigger group of Skitarii and Cult Mechanicus, so we'll see what happens. Okay, first off, I'll just talk a little bit about what I rolled for my my capture points. I rolled to capture objective 3, objective 5, objective 4, and I got supremacy, which was controlled at least 2, but twice your opponent. I did capture this objective 3 and over here objective 4 because I moved my rust stalkers up and ran them, so they're right there. Rest of movement, I moved up my destroyers to right there on top of the hill. I moved these dune crawlers closer to the middle of the board, and my tech priest just walked with them. The data smith and the robots just kind of shifted to get a better line of sight over there. Maybe take a shot at those broadsides. And really that's the only thing that moved. Everyone else stayed pat. The Vanguard, the Rangers, and inside here I just moved my infiltrators. They ran them into the building. So we're going to come back and see what happens in shooting, and we'll come back with that. Okay, like I said, I went ahead and I ran those guys right there to capture that point. Everything else in the shooting phase, these destroyers right here, they shot and they were able to kill 2 of the Pathfinders right there. They missed their leadership and they ran back 5 inches. They're still on the board, but they're right on the edge behind the building. These rust stalkers actually ran a couple inches up in their run phase. As far as the rest of my shooting, over here, I was able to kill two drones, and one of the broadsides actually hit him right there with this guy with the big neutron laser, and so they're actually take that guy out. They were also they needed to go to ground, but they're still alive. The rest of the shots, I actually took another wound away with these the robots. So these broadsides are actually down, and you know they need 6 to hit. He's got 1 wound over there. The last thing I did was right here. One of these Pathfinders also died. They did make their leadership though. So that's the end of my phase, and we'll go into turn 1 for the Tau.
Alright, going over my turn 1 movement. Move these crisis suits over. The Ethereal joined these Pathfinders. Not Pathfinders. Yeah, they're called Pathfinders. Oh my god. Broadsides moved up. They went to ground last turn, so they're just going to move forward. They're just not far anyways. Riptide moved forward. He has the Earthcast node, just to let you know. He's in Nova Charge's big burst cannon. This Riptide moved forward a bit. This Devilfish moved forward, turbo boost. I need to capture objective 4 twice, which is that one, and objective 3, which is over here. And I move these crisis suits up to shoot at these rust stalkers and take them out. So now we're going to the shooting phase. Alright, at the end of my shooting phase, I killed a couple infiltrators. They made their leadership. 2 rust stalkers. They made their leadership. I took out the Rangers that were inside of that building. I shot at the Cataphrons, but didn't do anything to them. And that was about it. I'm going to charge. This Riptide's going to charge them. And that'll be about it. Do some assault moves. And we'll be back after that. Alright, end of the assault. Riptide took out those the infiltrators by himself. Consolidated up, capturing objective 3. These crisis suits moved in front of the building to hide from shooting next turn. Crisis suits moved back behind that hill, and this Riptide moved forward with his movement. So now we're going to go into Tau turn 2.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and update movement phase for round 2, but just before I do that, just to kind of give an update of what happened last turn as far as objectives. I was able to get supremacy. I rolled a D3 and rolled a 6, so I got 3 points for that. I was able to control objective 4 and objective 3, so I actually got 5 points, objective points last turn. I did lose those objectives over the course of Greendawnify's turn. But anyway, so second turn, just to start off, I did roll my Holy Requisitioner formation, and I have those two groups of breachers, and then the tech priest right there. He's within 6 inches, so they did not scatter. So I'm actually going to have him scry this vehicle. It's one of his things that he can do. And as far as other movement phase, I moved these infiltrators up 9 inches because of their dune strider ability. And I moved the dune crawlers up 6 inches, and the tech priest is just moving along with them. This group of robots and the data smith moved down a level so that they could control that objective. And over here, these vanguard just kind of huddled up right here. Maybe take some shots at this this riptide. So we'll see what happens. We'll come back. Okay, end of the shooting phase. With my shooting over there with my breachers, I shot and took this out with their haywire guns. So that was actually forced these guys to jump out, the fire warriors. These destroyers shot and killed 2 of these fire warriors that went to ground, so they're still there. They made their leadership. I'm hoping to charge right there. Only other thing I did was, well, over here, this group of vanguard shot and killed the drone. There was a drone in front of the broadsides that died from the shooting of these 2 dune crawlers, and then my robots in the building went ahead and shot and made these pathfinders go to ground. Like 2 or 3 of them died, but they're still made their leadership. So we'll come back, see what happens in assault. Okay, in assault, I did kill those 4 fire warriors. I consolidated back to cover right there, and that's the last thing that happened. And we'll go back and come for the second turn for the Tau.
Alright, movement phase, Farsight came in. He came in right in the middle between the destroyers or the rust stalkers. Moved these crisis suits over. The riptide moved up out of the building. Broadside stayed still. This riptide moved forward. He Nova charges his gun. And these broadsides moved forward as well. Now we're going to try to take out these rust stalkers and those destroyers. End of the shooting phase, the rust stalkers were killed by the help of Farsight and his guys, these crisis suits, and finished off by the broadsides. The destroyers were killed by these crisis suits with the missile pods, finished off by this riptide. And these vanguard were taken out by that riptide as well. No other damage shot at anyone else. We're just going to do assault phase. Will just be me moving around a bit. We'll come back after that. Alright, end of the assault phase. These guys moved over here to hold this objective that's in this building. Riptide moved over the hill, still holding that objective. Farsight and his crew moved over. And these guys moved up 3 inches. This riptide moved back inside of the building. So now we're going into Adeptus Mechanicus turn 3.
Okay, I did roll for my objectives. I rolled for a supremacy, which I'm probably not going to get, but I still have the opportunity to get this objective 5 if I were to kill that Pathfinder and Ethereal. So what I did in movement, I moved this group of breachers, hoping to get into combat right here. The other group is right there, hoping to either shoot or get into combat with those. Again, the Pathfinder or the Ethereal. Over here, I just shifted my robots a little bit. Maybe take a couple shots over here at this riptide, and I just repositioned my dune crawlers to take a shot at that group of those robots over there. Okay, recapping the shooting phase. This group of breachers, they went ahead and shot and took one wound away from the crisis suits right there. My tech priest shot at and killed one of the pathfinders. He is now going into assault. He made his charge range right there with the ethereal. Over here, this group of breachers shot and didn't do anything to them. They did try to charge. They did not make their charge distance. But just moving around the board here. Up here, the robots, Castellan robots shot. Actually did really good. They took out 2 of the crisis suits over there. And then, or actually just 1, yeah. And then this group of dune crawlers, combination, I guess, of the dune crawlers and the robots, killed 1 crisis suit and took all of the wounds away from Farsight. So yeah, there's just 2 there. They did make their leadership. So we are going to come back and see what happens in assault. Okay, end of the assault phase. Good news for the cult Mechanicus. The tech priest did kill the ethereal, so that's 2 points for killing the ethereal. You get an extra kill point. In addition, I did need to grab Objective 5, so now that the ethereal's dead, I do control that. So that is the end of my turn, and we will come back with the Tau's turn.
Alright, in the movement phase, I moved these crisis suits. Move these crisis suits up, so did those. All just moving over here. The Riptide moved out of the building. That Riptide stayed there because he got to hold that objective. And the Riptide also lost a wound because he tried to overcharge and failed. So now we're going to go into the shooting phase. Alright, in the shooting phase, with some bad rolling on Volander's part, I was able to kill the Warlord. I had the Kingslayer objective, but I only got 1 point from it. I killed the Doom Crawler with the Riptide with his twin-linked fusion gun blowing him up. This Doom Crawler only lost 1 whole point from these crisis suits over here. And I was able to kill this Tech Priest Dominus from the shots of the Fire Warriors, these crisis suits, and the broadsides finishing them off. And just going to go into assault. This Riptide is going to try to charge this Doom Crawler. And that's going to be just assault moves, and that'll be it for my turn. Alright, end of the assault. Just moved around. This Riptide did get into assault, but neither side did anything to the other party, so we're just stuck there. All the crisis suits moved closer towards the center. Riptide including. And now we're going into the Adeptus Mechanicus turn 4.
Okay, started turn 3, movement phase. I just moved my breachers up closer to those crisis suits right there. I moved these breachers right here closer to the broadside. I rolled on my canticles, or actually chose my canticles so that they re-roll 1s to hit in close combat. Those 2 groups moved. Over here, these robots just stayed the same. They're probably going to take a shot at these crisis suits right here. This group, they're still in combat. As far as my objectives, I rolled to capture number 3, which I can't get to, and also I have psychological warfare. So we'll see what happens, and we'll come back. Okay, we'll start over here. My Castellan robot shot and took away 3 wounds from this group of crisis suits. There's 1 wound remaining. He actually lost his leadership or failed leadership, so I did get psychological warfare. So he ran back 12 inches. He's right there on the green hill. Over here, this group shot and did nothing against the broadsides. And this group of breachers killed one of the crisis suits. They're going to try to make an assault charge right there, and we'll see what happens. Okay, just a recap of the battle here in Assault. Nothing happened here. He made his saves. Nothing happened against me. Over here, I was able to kill one of the broadsides outright. They lost their leadership, and I was able to catch them and take them out. Over here, nothing happened in this battle, so we're going to go into turn 4 for the Tau.
Alright, in my movement phase, move these crisis suits over. That crisis suit regrouped. They're going to fire, try to take out these breachers. This Riptide's moving back to help out. This Stealthfish turbo boosted forward to capture this objective. It's right there, because I need to capture that one. I also need to hold 3, which I will be doing. And yeah, we're going to go into the shooting phase now. So recapping my shooting and assault move phase. These crisis suits assault ended their movement over here, a little out of range of the castle and robots. Then the crisis suit, to the help of this Riptide, took out these breachers. And that was about it for my shooting phase. So we're just going to go into assault with this crisis suit and more breachers. And against that Skitarii Dooncrawler with my Riptide. This Riptide moved forward with his assault move, just FYI. Alright. In the assault phase, the breachers took out the crisis suit and consolidated towards a vehicle. And over here, still nothing happens between the two monsters.
Okay, went ahead and shot right there and took out that Devilfish. It's destroyed. Lost all its hull points. Over here, my robots shot and actually took 1 wound away from the Riptide. And that's really all that happened. In assault, I did lose 1 hull point, so that's the end of my turn 5. And we'll go into turn 5 and roll to see if the game ends.
Alright, in the movement phase, move these crisis suits back. That crisis suit moved up to hold that objective, which I needed to. These Fire Warriors moved over to the side a bit. And all of these guys shot, including the Riptide, to move forward at the breachers and killed them. That was basically my entire shooting phase. Did all of that. I was going to do this assault and do some assault moves as well. After assault, this Riptide finally finished off the Dooncrawler. This Riptide moved over. These crisis suits moved over. That crisis suit stayed still. Alright, that is the end of my turn 5, the end of round turn 5, and we'll roll to see if the game ends. Alright, the game ends on a 1 or 2. Roll of 6, the game keeps going. Adeptus Mechanicus, turn 6.
Okay, movement phase, recapping everything. Move these guys down to this base. They shot, tried to wound this guy. He made all his saves because he went to ground. So that is the end of my turn.
Alright, in the shooting phase, both my Riptides and my missile guys all shot. Only 1 Castellan robot was killed. Moved around, I rolled to capture objective 4 again, which I did. That guy. And that was basically it. So going into assault, I don't think I'm going to assault those people. Just going to stand there, look at them. And I'm going to do some assault moves, and that'll be it for my turn 6. Then we'll roll to see if the game ends. Alright, now we roll to see if the game ends on a 1, 2, or 3. On 2, the game has ended. Alright, we have calculated the winner, and the winner is the Tau. 26 to 20, 14 points of Maelstrom points, 2 tertiary points, which was a line breaker and slay the warlord, and 10 kill points. And 20 for the Adeptus Mechanicus, getting various things as well. It was a good game. The Adeptus Mechanicus did a lot of damage to the Tau army. A lot more damage than I thought was going to happen, but the Riptides did kind of just held up the forefront, kind of.
This guy with his extra shooting abilities was really good.
Yeah, it was a lot of, but I think it was the Adeptus Mechanicus did get a lot into the backfield with the infiltrators, the rust stalkers coming up, how to deal with them, and then also obviously with the breachers coming down.
Formation did well for me, but I couldn't make saves.
Yeah.
A lot of shots.
Alright, so that is the end of the game. The Tau won this round of the campaign. They're 1-1. This Adeptus Mechanicus are kicked out. They're
0-2, so they're gone, as well as the Salamanders. So those groups are out. Next turn, we will play Nids versus Eldar. Those are 2 winners, and they'll see who continues on in the next round.
Alright, thanks for watching. Like we said, next game will be Nids versus Eldar. Thanks for watching, and like, comment, subscribe, and we'll be back with more 40K Battle Royale.